Kaiir Elam, once again, he's around the ball. I feel like every time we do this, you're hitting the notes. Kaiir Elam, another pass breakup here, stacking
Hmm.
days.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's had multiple good days. I saw Brian mention that he popped out to him, and I was like, yes, somebody, yes, I'm not crazy because I see him, and I know a lot of people just take it with a grain of salt, and don't get it twisted. The DBs have had a hard time for obvious reasons. There's no pass rush. They can't jam. They can't put hands and feet on nobody. So
Hands and
so of
feet's crazy.
course,
He's gonna kick him.
hands and feet. At this point, do something,
Just,
ref. But
help me,
but
please.
this is something to keep an eye out on. Like my biggest thing with Elam, and again from the different reports we've had and different inside notes I've heard about him, is that the confidence was the biggest thing. And so he's not in game. Obviously, it's not the season, but I've been paying attention to his body language. I've been paying attention to how he responds to stuff. And he has some, I've been tweeting it since the first day. He got some fire to him. And we knew the athletic profile was through the roof. I mean, he was a
Yes, it's
first round
there.
pick for a reason. It's him, them instilling confidence in him and him putting that on the field. I think he was another guy that needed a change of scenery. And again, he not just going up against nobody. He dealing with Pickens, and Pickens is taking no prisoners out there right now. He's fully taking advantage of the fact that they can't jam and stuff. He is blowing past people. Everybody can get it from the secondary. So him showing, that's what we talk about with OTAs, mini camp, training camp, stack days. Like you
Yes.
said, like how many days? Because some guys can look good one day and you be looking at them crazy the next. But this guy has consistently had a PBU in every practice. He's consistently around the ball. He's consistently hyper energy. Shotty talked about his speed. So I'm interested in him. And if he plays well, and that's the thing, Sky, we want him to play well.
Need him.
You need him to play well. Like I understand that we feel like the Cowboys probably should still go get another corner. We all feel like that.
Hmm.
We feel like you still need the depth. But that doesn't mean we got to push him into the street, into traffic, because we are so eager to just get a new guy in here. Like it's weird to me. Like give him the opportunity to show that he can play, because if he does, it's gonna take stress off of Trayvon, who's coming back forever from now, feels like. And it's gonna take stress off of the other
Put a
guys.
pin in that too.
It's gonna take stress off the other guys. So I'm just like, we want him to play well. So yeah, he's been showing promise in practice so far. I'll say that.
Even if you do bring in a veteran to you're going to need 4 or 5. Haven't we seen this play out? How many years in a row? Where
That's what I'm saying.
injuries happen, guys don't play well. You're going to. So when it comes to these competitions, what I said this before, and I'll keep saying it. We tend to pit these players against each other to the point where you suck, and then he's the guy, or I'm over this guy, get him off the. No, even if they lose out from a competitive standpoint, you need them for depth. So if
Yeah.
you bring in a veteran, you still need Kaiir Elam to step up and at the very least be a guy. If he needs to go in there and play, as cornerback 2 or 3 or 4, whatever, you have confidence that he will. And I'll close out with Kaiir Elam with that confidence. I was going to ask you, remember how I said I want to see what happens, when some things don't go right, go wrong, and you kind of said it there. He's going up against dogs, right? CD
Yeah.
Lamb, George Pickens, and it hasn't been easy for these DBs. But if that's the case, that tells me he has to be bouncing back from a play that's not good or what have you, because he continues to be around the ball and we're getting positive reviews.
Yeah. I mean, all of them have to do that right now. And me and you talked about it. This is undoubtedly, I don't care what anyone says, I'm gonna say it here. I'm gonna say it here. This is the best receiver that's played opposite of CD since he's been here.
Come on.
This is the
Say what?
You're just so crazy, bro. Don't make a scene, Sky. No, 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 no. Seriously.
I
Like,
love it. No, the only argument and this could be a debate, maybe we have another show, just to have the debate, is Amari Cooper
yes,
in
absolutely.
2020. That's about it, right? And
Yeah.
that could be a debate, but I know what you mean. I think you mean like just the sheer top end talent that Pickens can be. It's a different situation.
It's different. And I think even like Deron Bland is seeing it's different.
Mhm.
These guys are seeing that it's different. And it's, Pickens talked about him and Dak connecting. That's evident. I mean, like I said, yesterday, not yesterday, day before yesterday, he touched every piece of grass. He touched every point on the field. And so Dak is looking for him, and he is just y'all. His feet are so quick. He is so physical at the top of his route. Even though he can't do a whole bunch, you can see like he's powerful. You can see even when he runs, and he's not a super like.
He different.
Yeah, he's different. He's different. And the awareness, like the sideline awareness, he and CD were practicing in the end zone. Dallas found shout out to Matt Owen, Professor O. We were talking about it. Dallas, one of the best ways and only ways they could score last year was the corner post with Brandon Cooks. It was
23. That was like
23,
money.
23. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
money. It's one of the but they use CD to do it too. And it is something that consistently works with them when they're struggling in the red zone. They were working on levels
Like
in the
high
red
low
zone.
reads.
I was like, oh my God, it is time.
And if you got CD and Pickens, and it's so funny because there was a play we talked about on my mailbag where it was a
Mm-hmm.
high low type of situation in the low red zone, and we
Mm-hmm.
talked about Pickens on one side, Lamb on another side. You're stressing the hell out of this defense, like
And the thing
that's
is, and
stressful.
it wasn't on the other side. They were on the same side. And Pickens was taking like the corner post, and CD was taking like a stop or like a little whip. And that's just going to put so much stress on defenses. It's going to put so much stress on safeties, but also those corners to be right there. They're going to have to make decisions. And
Yeah,
if they are trying to double team them and stuff, like how can they work off that? But they were working on that, and you just see like his sideline awareness. I think that Michael Gallup was is one of, had one of the
yeah,
best
he
sideline
did. He had some
awareness
sweet
I've
feet.
seen.
Yeah,
And Pickens is up there, like in that echelon, like of being able to locate the sideline, to use the boundary against corners, to get his feet in, to contort his body. And I mean, we've gotten to see that a little bit in practice.
I mean
He,
it's on film.
he's
The
different
play that
though.
comes to mind in the red zone against Washington last year, where I want to say it was Wilson. He
Mm-hmm.
put the ball in this weird ass way in the back of the end zone, and Pickens just contorts his body around, gets his feet in, secures the catch, uses that length right,
Mm-hmm.
touchdown. And it's like, and I think Dak said this, man, the catch radius. Just put it in his area. And I think that's going to unlock a confidence in Dak that hasn't quite been here
Whew.
consistently since maybe when he was throwing that thing up to Michael Gallup when he was healthy back in
Yeah.
2019, 2020. If you guys remember, go
Mm-hmm.
back and watch Michael Gallup and Dak's connection. Dak
One
was
of the
like,
best.
oh, one-on-one deep. Here you go. The confidence level was crazy. But since then,
Yes.
it's like hit or miss with these guys because you haven't had a Pickens type of dude to do that with outside of Lamb.
And sometimes you need a guy like that, man. Like sometimes you need the Cowboys haven't had that guy in the red zone. Obviously, Jake Ferguson, no touchdowns last year, huge. You need a bigger body, taller frame guy to be threatening in the red zone. Have mercy. Everybody can't be little in that place. We had a whole bunch of little humans running in the red zone, and you couldn't do anything. So I'm looking for, and quarterback might need some help sometimes.